views and opinions expressed on The Big Llama Show are those of the host and guest. They do not reflect that of our sponsors, advertisers, or employers. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Yeah, it's in the, she ruckus. Dead beat, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting dough, I'm getting paper. Seats in the cloud, hands up in the air. Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting dough.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Big Llama Show. I'm The Big Llama. Woo! It's the weekend of the Batman, and we are here to talk all things Batman. As you can tell from the title, we said that Batman Strikes Out. Clickbait, we got your asses. Let me bring Blackout AD on here, man. AD, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, but you can't tell them it's clickbait. Then it's not clickbait.
We're transparent, man. We're transparent with this. Welcome to the show.
Again.
What's that?
I said they won't believe the clickbait again.
You know.
You're destroying our clickbait plan.
I'm doing the exact opposite of everything you're supposed to do to get viewers. That's what I do.
Okay.
I self-sabotage. Uh-oh, we got someone in the chat who hasn't seen it yet. Well, we'll try to keep it non-spoilery. I don't think you could spoil it too much, to be honest. I think the previews were pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot to get past there. Before we get to that, before we get started, obviously want to thank everybody who's subscribing. As part of this, if you want to support the Big Llama Show, if you want to support AD, there's a couple things you can do. First things first, if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way, one, it helps increase our algorithm out there so we can get this content out to the masses. And it's free. Why not do it? Why not freaking hit the subscribe button? I don't understand. It's free. If you want to support AD on Twitch, go to Blackout AD on Twitch. Make sure you're following him. You can subscribe to his streams. And the dude is streaming constantly. Make sure you're supporting both of us. We're both in this together, man, trying to get as many viewers out there as possible. So make sure you guys do that so we can get going. All right. Well, AD, how's your week, man? How's everything going, man?
Man, productive week on the streaming world. I closed every day, so we've been doing a lot of late night with AD and Jay Birdie shows. You caught us when you were going to work, I'm assuming.
Yeah, man.
So we've been doing a lot of that. We had a great fight companion last night. We had over 200 views, so streaming. You love to see those numbers. It was a good fight. I've been having a good week, man. I'm just trying to continue doing this. Don't forget blackout.gg on YouTube. We got the Kosh video going pretty crazy. We're almost at 300 views. So we didn't expect it to do that good. So thank you for the support and
That's a great video, man. So trust me, guys, if you haven't seen it, one, you'll be a fan of Akash, right? Because I wasn't. I didn't even know who the guy was. And I watched the video. I'm a fan now. I'm going to watch more of his content. So yeah, check it out for sure. Let's see. We got a couple things going on here. Let's see. The chat is live tonight. So let's get into the chat here.
Let's go.
Big Homie starts us out here. Timestamp, 12:24 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So the timestamp is real, man. Look at that.
And then 2:24 Eastern.
That's right. That's right. Just in case you're trying to do the math, which I wasn't. Big Homie hit us up. Hashtag Blackout. Hashtag Llamination. Almost at 500 subs.
Yes,
and
sir.
yeah, that's the next milestone. I think we're at 438.
Yes,
if
sir.
I get to 500, I can start comment sharing and polls and stuff like that on YouTube. So I'd like to do that because I'd like to make it a little more interactive. Plus, if we get to 500, what I'll start to do is allow the subscribers to pick the movies for each week. I'll give them a set of 4 movies and have them pick which ones they want to see week to week. And it's free. No Patreon needed for that. So there's your incentive to subscribe. Jimmy hit us up here. Bing bong,
You're back at you, buddy.
And you know, and what's funny about you and Jimmy was the other night the other morning, I would say,
Yeah.
I tuned in at 6 something in the morning Eastern Standard Time, and you guys are still on, and I was almost about to go into the Fight Companion into your Discord,
Yeah.
jump in and say, "Hey, good morning, guys." But I was afraid I'd slow down my regular morning routine
Yeah.
by getting into it with you guys.
He was gonna get stuck in the Blackout AD stream.
We would have been there till 10 in the morning. I would have been late for work, and I would have been fired. That's it.
Yep.
Let's see. Gabe, AD's in the chat. Yep, throw
Yes,
those
sir.
up for AD for
What
sure.
up, R2R? R2R in the chat.
I heard someone called him Roman's Raw or something like that, right?
Oh.
I heard you guys talking about it.
Jimmy told me I forgot. Oh, I forgot what it was. He'll say it in the chat. I know he will.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he won't let us forget it. Jay Birdie's very excited. Gabe follows up. I'm excited as well. I don't know what kind of excited you two are talking about, but I know it's not
They're
PG-13.
bricked up, Llama. They're bricked up.
You were throwing ADs in the chat. We got excited during the intro. We always get excited during the intro. I don't know. I wish I could. Next time I'm going to take a video of the intro as it's going on. I'm back here like stretching, like getting ready to go.
Yeah. At first I got lost in it, and then like once it hits a certain part, I'm like, oh, it's time to go. I'm like sitting up straight, fixing the mic, like ready. Like it gets me in the groove, man.
No, for sure. If you guys want to be part of the show, make sure you hit us up in the comments. Hit us up with questions. We're going to talk about a couple main topics. But yeah, hit us up with anything that you'd like to know about, any questions that you have.
Let's go.
Let's see. Big homie hit us up. He said, "AD, I told you there's a conspiracy getting my comments out here."
Yeah, because he went last night in the comments, I believe, after you posted it. He's like, I'm gonna be first, and then it was gone. And he told me about that. But I do think it just resets on the day. I think the chat.
I think so. Yeah,
but keep the conspiracies up. It might be Jay Bird. He might be doing some technical stuff.
Jay Birdie's hacking into the StreamYard, deleting comments. I got excited there during the intro. Let's flock and go. Let's see. We got a couple of woos in here.
Hey, that's from Jane.
That's right. She's hitting us up on both fronts, man. She's a viewer on both sides.
Double woo.
Let's go.
Oh, Gabe, look at him.
Gabe hasn't seen the Batman yet. All right, we won't spoil it too much. But like we said,
I'm spoiling it. I don't care. It's out. It's out there. The embargo's up. It's over.
Well, yeah, we had to worry about the embargo. We don't want to lose millions of our subscribers.
We want to get invited to these things, more often.
In the future, they'll be like, all right, who kills the embargo? The Big Llama Show. Screw those guys. The Big homie was excited. Showtime. Let's see. I haven't even seen the previews. I live under a rock. What's what Gabe's saying?
Ugh.
Dude, come on, man. You got to have seen at least a preview for sure.
Watch it right now.
Yeah, go watch a preview now. You get everything you need to know. Hercules is in the chat. He hit us up. He's saying Big Llama plays AD equals the greatest of all times, equals the GOAT.
Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Gabe, I wish I could subscribe twice. I would do it. That's right. Listen,
make a Smurf account.
Right. If you got a work account and your Tinder account or your Grindr, whatever it is that you use,
your preference, okay,
whatever your preference is, you can subscribe with both. We appreciate that. Return of R2R this week. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
I told her, Optic Gaming, thank you for the update, big homie. Oh, that means Optic Gaming won the tournament. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah, we've been watching that on the stream lately, so shout out big homie for the notification. I got to watch that back.
For sure. John Gillen's in here. Yo, what's up, Road to 1,000? Here we go.
What's up, John Gillen?
Gillen hit a shot on Saturday, man, but he got caught, man. But he hit a rocket out to the outfield, man. I was watching this game. Gillen, keep it up, man. Keep it up. Let's see.
Roman
go ahead.
Raw Dog. But I was gonna say, speaking of Gillen, I'll be out there. I might have to bring my glove, Llama. We might have to make something happen. You know, I heard one of your seeds was saying some stuff.
We're gonna have to do like I said. We're gonna do like the baseball bet pros. You know, get out there and do like a derby or something.
I haven't thrown. I might have to start throwing a little bit. Get ready for this. I got a couple weeks. I'll be fine.
For sure. Roman Raw Dog. That's what we heard in the games. Let's see. I'm skeptical, not spectacles, because I love the OG Batman.
Which OG Batman are you referring to?
Right. Tell me which OG Batman that is, because I'm being interested.
Adam West. You know what I mean?
No one beats Adam West. Same. I don't watch previews. They ruin things. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Sometimes they're good. I like them. Hey, Chris G.
It's greetings from the Jay Bizzle. Okay, so from Jensen Beach in the house.
Hey, Jay Bizzle.
I love that. It took me a second because I know Chris, I'm like, okay, I know what Jay Bizzle is. Jimmy J Bird Grinder. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, Jimmy Clooney is my Batman.
With the bat nipples, dog.
Oh,
Clooney guy with the bat nipples. Oh, crazy.
The suit with the bat nipples. The first one
nipples is crazy.
Well, he likes those types of things. I know, Jimmy.
I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy those movies as well, though.
You know, it's funny.
Mr. Freeze was the best.
His puns were great. I mean, if you're a purist, if you're a comic book purist and you love the portrayals, you kind of got upset at it, but it was fun, man. It was totally fun. Let's see here. Herc likes the bat suit with the nipple showing too. Okay, so
of course he does.
Of course he does, man. That's why he has those painted on shirts.
Yeah,
He's got the nipples on the painted on shirts.
Painted just the nipples.
We're gonna ignore your just kidding. We know you know it's the truth.
Yeah, it's all right, bro. It's good.
Gabe's up in here talking about I'm the real Batman.
Oh, come on, Gabe.
Jimmy, just chill. That's the best Dr. Freeze Dr. Freeze moments. Arnold.
Yo, somebody, I was watching a video and they brought that movie up, and somebody was like, and I never thought about this until that moment. They're like, how did Batman get enough credit to have a Visa card? Like, how did they not know who he was at that point? He got that card because he pulled it out
that's right.
Pay for stuff.
American Express, right?
It's like, what?
Never leave home without it. Like, but sir, I need to see your ID. Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna talk. Like we said, we're gonna talk about the Batman.
Yep.
So we'll try not. We know there's a couple people on here that haven't seen it, so we'll try not to spoil it. We're gonna talk about the great parts of this movie and some things that we have some issues with. We had a UFC Fight Night that you guys did a Discord fight companion watch. Yep. We have the baseball strike, which we want to talk about. And there was one more thing.
You really don't want to talk about this topic. It's the AMC topic.
Oh, no. I do. Actually, I do. I have a lot of opinions on that because I am a card-carrying...
You're an avid moviegoer.
No, I am a Stubbs, whatever movie, whatever thing for AMC.
Is it worth it? I got to ask that. Is it worth it? Because I go a lot, especially now with the shows. Like, I feel obligated to go. But I'm like, man, should I get that A+? Whatever it was like, ask your nearest associates how to get this movie on your account. I'm like, all right.
It is actually worth it. You get some money back, but, depends on how often you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to fire up the old intro machine, and we're going to talk about a movie. So it's time for the Big Llama Show movie segment, and we're talking about The Batman. Here we go. Shocking everybody with the intros.
Let's go.
All right, there's some more comments coming through. I want to make sure I don't miss anything here. Before we said, Jane says, listen, my mom bought me to see Batman when I was 2 years old, and I was Batman for Halloween for like 4 years in a row.
So she was an Adam West fan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh, let's see. At least someone is talking about baseball. No, we definitely going to get into baseball because we want to spend some time on that.
You were definitely. I want to shout out Big Homie because he was definitely the reason. The conversation you guys were having on the timeline, Twitter timeline. I was like, we definitely got to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
So when you asked about it, I was like, we should bring that up.
Well, as being from a town that's impacted by it, I definitely got some comments on that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jane says 90s Val Kilmer could get it. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Val Kilmer was good. I don't know if I like Chase Meridian. That was Nicole Kidman.
I want to bring up Jane's controversial comments on the Facebook timeline, but I think I'm gonna keep it off the show because it's PG-13. We'll talk about it on the post Llama show.
We'll talk about that later. Let's see. Okay, you're Batman. We love this chat. Let's see. Hey, let's keep it PG-13.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Oh, that's hilarious coming from that guy, R2R over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Guy makes one appearance here and says he literally sets the record for the most curse words on the Big Llama. That's comedy.
Let's see. If I were Batman, I'd have the nipple suit. Okay, well.
All right.
Okay.
Your mother, it's cool. You do what you want with your nipple.
Exactly. Let them be free. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about
Let's go.
Mr. Pattinson, Robert Pattinson as the Batman, the almost 3-hour epic that was the Batman, and my initial thoughts. I'll give you my initial, if I'm giving you an overall.
Okay.
It was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal movie.
Agreed.
I had read about some of the issues with the last act of the movie, and I agree a little bit, but at 2.5 hours in, I turned to my sons and was like, "This is freaking amazing. This is insane."
Yeah.
But I'm curious what your thoughts are, your initial impressions of the movie.
I mean, I just saw it literally like 3 hours ago. Wonderful movie. I enjoyed the movie. I think I was saying this on my stream. I've seen the series Gotham. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was like the thing on TBS or whatever it was. I forgot what.
Oh yes, yeah. I remember that.
But the TV series, and I watched that, and I was very into it. And to me, this is like not a continuation of the story, but just like what that original Gotham concept would have evolved into. Because to me, this is the first time we've seen a Batman actually learning on the job. You know what I mean? Like you see him get his butt kicked a little bit. You see the most detective work you have ever seen in a Batman movie, which I truly appreciate it. I think Robert Pattinson as Batman was wonderful. And one thing that I was saying in my chat also was like, this is the most Batman batsuit time we've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
There was like literally a handful of times he was Bruce Wayne throughout the movie. The rest of the time he was in the batsuit, and I enjoyed that fact. So I mean, wonderful movie, man.
Yeah, I don't know if it was by design, but he left a lot. I don't know. You expect a Bruce Wayne because of the way they've built up Bruce Wayne over the years, that he's this suave, debonair guy, or he's this, it depends on which one you like, which Batman you like. But they didn't do a lot of him in it, and I think for good reason, because I think he's got to grow into that role, to be honest, and I think that's. But it didn't take away from the movie that he wasn't Bruce Wayne for most of it. I think it would have distracted more. I think there's some hinting to like, okay, he's got money and he's a billionaire or whatever. But the fact that he is so gritty and does the detective work and all that stuff, it really would have taken away if he would have had to show the double life. That's why I think it was very, very small moments that you saw he had to do something for the Foundation or something like that. But
I feel like, I mean. We got Ben Affleck as Batman, right? And that like kind of ran its course, and he was already playing like an older, battered Batman. But now it seems like with this Robert Pattinson Batman, we're seeing, like I said, it's only his second year as Batman. So it's like, to me, the way he acts is like he's like a damaged Bruce Wayne. Like you could tell he's like severely, like there's a lot of, I feel like there's mental health issues. They didn't really like state it, but like you can see like there's something with him. But when he's Batman, he's like observing everything on the crime scene, like literally noticing things before the police. Like I was joking around, like he did most of the police work throughout the movie. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, he did.
But I just think we'll see. Like if we get more movies with Robert Pattinson as Batman, we'll see him grow into that Bruce Wayne, because even in the comics, it's something that Bruce Wayne had to learn. Like, oh, I can use the Bruce Wayne persona to my advantage. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say like Bruce Wayne is the mask and Batman is who he truly is. And I think that was a thing that Riddler said to him in this film. So it's like, we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big homie says here, if you can convince us you're Batman, Bruce Wayne should be easy. Yeah, I mean, here's what I got from this, which I thought was great. Look, and I know I'm watching a Batman movie. Obviously, he looks like the freaking Batman, and he's dressed up in the cowl and everything. But about 40 minutes in, I'm forgetting that he's Batman. Like the story is that good about again, we don't want to get to too much spoilers, but the detective work that he's doing, the murder that he's solving, I'm forgetting that I'm watching a Batman movie, and I'm like into the noir of the detective and the clues and I mean, it's someone had compared it to Seven, right? Which it has a lot of similarities. There's the Riddler has a lot of cryptic messages and clues, but like I said, I lost myself in the character and I forgot he's Batman for a while because it was just such a great story. And that's why I think this could have been two separate movies. Yeah. Because that honestly, the story itself, the crimes that he was solving for the Riddler is phenomenal. Like that stands alone as a masterpiece of filmmaking. Yeah. And then you get to the second half, or the third, the latter part of the movie.
Last quarter, yeah.
It's still wrapping up a lot, and it still had a good punch, but it could have been fleshed out more. And I'm saying this about a 3-hour movie. They could have expanded more, and I wouldn't have been upset. But I think they try to cram a lot of stuff in that last chapter.
Yeah. My only criticism for the movie that it is, it's like I believe it's 2 hours and 56 minutes. So it's like 4 minutes shy. But there was things, and I'm conflicted with it. I feel like because I went in there sober, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink. Like I just woke up, went to the movies, and Justin made a good point that like that could be why I fell asleep a little bit in the movie. But it wasn't that the movie was boring. It wasn't that it just was so long, and the pace of the movie was kind of slow because like we're saying, he's diving into the detective side of Batman, why he's the world's greatest detective, and it's showing. And I don't think they couldn't have picked a better match for him, the Riddler. Like it was like very grounded in like what the Riddler was doing and like what his purpose for making these crimes around the Gotham happen. You know what I mean? Like super cryptic and like super grounded. And I think like they picked the perfect like style of Batman to like really solve this crime. Like it showed like, and again, like I said, you see parts of him where he's like very vulnerable as Batman. Like he's still learning. And that's what I love, because his detective skills are top notch, but the rest of his Batman, like the physicalities and like things he would do, like we've never seen this before. I mean, there was one point where he's running up on top of the tower, like running away from the cops and stuff. Oh yeah, he's about to jump off, but you see him get like physically, like like scared, like oh, like you know what I mean, like it hits him, like oh, I'm about to jump off a building. Yeah, and then he does it. I don't want to ruin how he does it, but he does it, and it's like you've never seen Batman in any film do that, and I think that's what the beauty of this movie is. So like, even though it's my gripe with the movie, it might be too long. I don't really think there's anything you can cut out of it, because like the story building, they're building a world here. It's not a Batman origin story, but it's more like a villain origin story for a lot of these villains. And they put like, I mean, there's even at the end, that's one big spoiler I don't think we would want to say, but like at the end they kind of hit at other characters that could be in this universe, and it's like, man, just give me more of this Batman universe. And like I was telling my chat, they're coming out with the Penguin series, which I thought he was super good in it. And they're coming out with the GCPD series, which I think Gordon and Batman's dynamic was beautiful throughout the movie. So
yeah, that's the MVP of this one too, is that Gordon is a believable character. The violence and the action is very grounded, gritty. It's real. When Batman gets shot, he gets shot, right? Like it hurts. But you're right. Like that scene that you were describing on the rooftop, it was weird because he does the pause and he does the thing, and then what we saw after that, you know, again, don't want to spoil too much, but it didn't look clean, right? It didn't look clean. But I looked at when I talked about it with my sons after, I was like, you know, it didn't look clean because he's not the Batman you know today. He's still learning his Batman skills, and so you know, doing that stunt doesn't look right for him. We got a couple people in the chat here. Just to, well, I don't want to miss here. Something we had started, you know, that Robert P. as Batman makes me uncomfortable, and then Gabe and Jane have been going back and forth. But we had here, yes, at the Big Llama, and I think they could have trimmed it down so that, you know, some consensus on that. Yep. Jay Birdie talked about Batman is the ultimate alpha.
Well, we got to speak on that. You got to see the Bel Air episode because there was a point where me and Jay Bird were like, "Yo, that's the ultimate alpha off I've ever seen in my life." Like, we were literally like during the scene we were like commenting back and forth like how alpha Uncle Phil was to another character.
Oh, okay.
You got to check it out. You got to check it out. It's dope.
Yeah, just here, I like the classic Batman feel to it, which I did. I did like that. Oh, we going to daddy issues on the chat today. Going back to Gabe. Okay, this was the they could have cut out the motorcycle racing farewell scene. They already said goodbye. Yeah, it was the.
That's a fair criticism, honestly.
That
was a long scene.
And somebody had said it was the Fast and the Furious goodbye scene. If you played the music, it's been a long. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You start crying.
That's funny.
But no, it's true. It's true. That's where you're cramming so much into the world.
That's like that awkward moment where you like say goodbye to them and then you got to walk the same direction to go to the car. It's like, oh, all right. Well,
yeah. So you're leaving? All right, you're leaving. All right, we're both walking together. Okay.
Oh shit. Let's give him about 2 hugs.
Oh, so I would say, the Riddler is downright, I mean, menacing and just something to. I mean, this was one of the images, I guess, that from the movie. But the Riddler in this movie is, I mean, pretty scary individual. I mean, look, I mean, this guy from the beginning of the movie is, you know, complete control of the world around him.
Even I mean, Batman even says it to Gordon. Like, he's like, as much as you don't like it, he's the one in control right now. Like, I gotta say though, the previews kind of made him a little bit more like menacing than he kind of was. Like, I thought it was gonna be like a totally opposite. Because like Riddler's like really eccentric in how he is and stuff, and the previews made it seem like he was like completely opposite of that. I mean, they didn't even show his face in the previews, but like in the movie, you kind of see his face. You know what I mean? Like actually get to see him. But in a weird way, he was as eccentric as the Riddler is in the comics, and like even like Jim Carrey's portrayal of it, like he was that as eccentric. But it was like I said earlier, it was just way more grounded in how he was going about things. You know what I mean? Like, it almost seems like somebody realistically could do something like that and like really like, you know what I mean, if they planned it right, like I think he was a great villain and a great like introduction to this world.
Yeah, and I think and again, you could look at it a million different ways. Obviously the world building is what they were doing, but there was a social commentary on sort of the power of the Riddler in social media. I mean, he was live streaming.
He had a Discord chat.
He had a Discord chat. He had everything. I mean, and he was able to build a following of people with like-minded sort of dissension for Batman and for Gotham City. Mm-hmm. Which again, I think that's a commentary on today's world. But the guy was just, I mean, phenomenal. And here's the name of the actress is Paul Dano. Always brings it. You know, again, he was every bit as menacing. I love his reveal though at the beginning of the movie, in the opening. I mean, that to me was like sets the stage for this guy, right? And the best part, not the best part, but like the whole reveal of him at the end was like, this guy is a great actor, and he had you, going, and that's what you said, menacing. But when you see the final reveal, you're like,
Yeah.
But you can see the crazy, you can see the wheels turning in his actions. So, let's see here. Emilio says, "Shit was real good." No, I mean,
appreciate you, Emilio.
It was a really good movie. So like I said, there are issues, but it's not like to take away from this movie. Like, I mean,
best portrayal of Batman we've had since like the Christian Bale Batman, honestly.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed Ben Affleck as Batman, but like this portrayal of like the Batman universe, like I'm excited to see. Like, I hear a lot of reviewers and people like talking about the movie are saying like Gotham was a character, and like now that I see it, like it really was like it was grimy, like it felt like what you would think Gotham is. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just excited. I just want to see. I hope we get more because I heard a lot of behind the scenes. There was like a lot of behind the scenes drama between Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson. They were saying like, I don't know, because I haven't heard it since the movie came out and like getting all these good reviews. I haven't heard none of that. So I feel like it was kind of like a little bit of propaganda, like building up. They were saying like Zoe Kravitz, Robert Pattinson were hooking up, and they're hooking up on the Batmobile, which we got to speak about the Batmobile.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
Chef's kiss, but yeah. So there was like a lot of drama that I heard before the movie, even like the previews came out. But ever since the previews came out, like the traction's kind of been good. You haven't heard a lot about that negative stuff. So it almost seemed like they didn't want to work together again. But I don't know, man. The numbers, I forgot I think I seen like 128 million opening weekend. So yeah, like
it's
the numbers were crazy.
Weekend. I'll look up the Batman box office right now.
Yeah, the opening was I seen it. It said like a record for 2022, and you think No Way Home did that. So it's like that also shows another thing that the movies are back. Like my theater was filled, and I went early.
Yeah, I mean, I went at 10 o'clock in the morning on the Sunday, which was today, and it was like early. It was packed. It was packed to the gills. But
I had to sit in the front, literally. Like it was bad. I was like, I gotta see this movie though.
Well, I'm the one who pays extra for movies, and we're going to talk about that as a Stubbs member.
Good segue.
We're going to talk about AMC in just a minute here, but yeah, no, it was packed, and it's a 3-hour movie. And this is what I anticipated. The movie theater has to put out more show times, more theater runs because of the 3-hour time. It creates some problems.
Yeah.
But let's see here. We got it was dark to the point. Yes, it was. I don't know if y'all talked about it, but the Batman costume was bulky. Reminded me of RoboCop.
That's funny.
It was a little bulky. He had all his gadgets and things, which is really good here. Big homie, drop your likes and subscribe. Yeah, make sure you do that.
Doing that YouTube shit for us. Thank you, buddy.
He's like our chat moderator.
yeah, sure. Hey, to the point of the suit though, again, second year of him doing it. So it's like he's probably gonna find more efficient ways to even like the batarang, like the batarang coming off. Like I feel like he's gonna find more efficient ways to make the suit. But it was kind of bulky. It looked like somebody who's like only been doing this for a little bit. Like, well, what can I do? You know what I mean? What can I do to improve my nights out and stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, in terms of you had Selena Kyle, you had Catwoman in it, so you had Zoe Kravitz, which I thought she did pretty good. They did, for those of you looking for a lot of Zoe Kravitz, she's in the movie at the beginning, dies out a little bit and doesn't come back until a little bit towards the end. Yeah. But she had a great role. I mean, I think it was just enough of her role to not like overdo it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier, how there's so many villains that they're like kind of give you backstory and like building them up for the future, especially like how the movie ends. We can get into that later, but like I think I heard it was bad promo. Oh, that could be it. Honestly, what I say, because like I said, I haven't heard it since. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I think she did well. I think they had very good chemistry. I was hearing a lot of people knock on their chemistry, but like now that I see it, they had pretty good chemistry, and like they're both trying to figure out their personas as like Batman and Catwoman and like what they are to each other, because they kind of have that attraction, and he kind of seems like he cares about her in a weird way. You know what I mean? So it's like they're figuring that out. So it was like the very early of them. But again, there were so many villains that they were like kind of like building up. It was like you couldn't have her around the whole time.
Right. I mean, you had Falcone, you had the Penguin, you had the Riddler. You've got a couple, maybe something at the end.
Yeah.
And you know, but again, he's dealing with, you know, mafioso types, underworld types. And so that's what's great, is that he doesn't have to have the standard, even though those guys, Falcone and those guys, are actually featured in the comic books. But he could actually go against, you know, these guys and, you know, have missions, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, just these big bad baddies guys. But let's see, we've got someone here. Kravitz did a great job. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I enjoyed her performance for sure.
As like, not even with this movie, just as an actress, I feel like there was like a Hulu show, I forgot what it was called, but there was a Hulu show she did that I enjoyed, and like it just seems like as an actress she's coming into her own. So I think we're gonna see a lot more, especially like this kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a breakout role, but like this is gonna put a lot of eyes on her, so we'll see her a lot more.
Yep. And well, again, what I would say is I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the overall rating, and we're gonna move on to our next topic. But you wanted to talk about the Batmobile.
Batmobile, beautiful.
And I'm sorry I don't have an image for it, but here's what I will tell you is I went to see this movie in a Dolby theater, a Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision theater, and the audible like rumbles of that freaking Batmobile.
Sound design was crazy.
It was insane. It was insane. And I wouldn't say it's the greatest chase sequence, but it had tension. It was really, really good, and the stakes were there. Like you felt like, okay, what's going to happen next? Yep. And you know, you've already seen parts of it in the trailers, so it wasn't like you were surprised at anything, but it was still a hell of a freaking chase sequence. And I mean,
you don't see the Batmobile until that moment, and then after you kind of see it a little bit. But they featured it like if it was a new star, like a character that they're trying to like promote. Like it comes out, it makes it an appearance, and you're like, oh shit, that's the Batmobile. And then you like you said, you get that dope scene, and I mean, satisfying. I didn't hear it in that crazy of I didn't have the Adobe, I didn't have none of that, but it still sounded great. The sound design was amazing. The rumbles of the engine. Beautiful. Oh
God, yeah, no, it was awesome, and it was amazing just to hear the. I mean, if you go to a Dolby theater, there's like subwoofers under your seat, so like your ass is shaking.
Like your ass is shaking like Big Llama on that video we can't find.
Shake it fast. Watch yourself. No, big homie, that's a spoiler right there, man. There may or may not be one. We can talk about that offline.
we may or may not tell you who it would be.
Or maybe there isn't.
Yeah, maybe it's a predecessor, which they did in Gotham, which I could see them doing that here. But either way, Batmobile was a monster. Yes, it was. Hey, shit, the Twitch showing some love today. Hey,
exactly, man.
Everybody on Twitch, we appreciate you.
Right. Listen, if you're here on Twitch, man, go follow Blackout AD. I'm not on Twitch that often, man. But I appreciate you being on the show for sure, man. Yes, yeah, the Batmobile is fire for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this, go see this movie. Worth the time, worth the money. And we're going to talk about the money. That's a good segue.
Segue into the next topic.
Exactly. Let's see. Hercules Outlaw says Joaquin Phoenix did a great job with that part, but fingers crossed as someone just as good. Yeah.
So I hear we're going to get a Joker 2 with Joaquin, so that'll be dope. But we won't even say that. Maybe we have to do like a spoiler video throughout the week or something.
Maybe
put it on the Clips channel, the Big Llama Clips channel. Don't forget to subscribe to that.
That's right. There is now a new Big Llama Clips channel. All right. So AD, final thoughts on the Batman. Your rating that you would give this movie.
Personal rating 8 out of 10. But if I have to give like a critique rating, it'd be like a 7.5. 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I'm right there with you. I'd probably give it. I think I'm there at 8 out of 10. Again, that final act was good. The final act was good. Again, I had a good time. I'm not going to tell you that there's any moment I was like, oh, this sucks. No, yeah. I had a great time the whole thing. The only thing is, again, they tried to cram a whole lot of stuff in that last half of the movie or last quarter of the movie, and it shows a little bit, and that's it. But other than that, like, I'm excited. I'm excited for this franchise moving forward. And yeah, Robert Pattinson did a great job. So, so again, I would give it 8 out of 10, just as you did. I tell everybody, go see this movie.
100%.
Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the Batman. If you're watching this on the replay or on the Clips channel, let us know what your favorite part was. And let me know if you're going to go see that movie. And we love to hear from you.
Don't forget to subscribe.
No, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Big Llama Show. All right. Well, we're going to move on, and we've got a couple people in here. Let's see. You're giving it a rating of 8. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Excellent.
Bro, I like the Twitch interaction right now. And then we had Amelia on Facebook. Let's go.
I do too, man. Look at that. Okay, so we're segueing into the AMC controversy because AMC did this thing where they are experimenting, especially starting with the Batman, experimenting with a higher ticket price for a premium movie, not a premium format. We're not talking about paying extra for an IMAX or a Dolby or anything like that. We're talking about paying extra for the type of movie or a movie title, which to me is a crock of shit. I mean, you pay enough for these movies. I mean, they're getting up there in price. Yeah. But to give, so for example, the next big movie is Doctor Strange. Like, if you wanted to do a market type system, you could charge $20 to $25 for day one of Doctor Strange, and people were going to pay that money.
100%.
But 100%. I think that takes away from the movie experience. And this is what I hate about movie theaters is they don't understand their public, right? Like, they don't understand, like, okay, this is an escape. People love to go to the movies, but then they do some underhanded shit that, so for example, it costs you, like, for a night out, four family members, $50 to $60 just to walk through the door. Yeah. And a freaking candy bar that costs you 59 cents at CVS down the street costs you $4.50. Yeah. It's shit like that. But this is ridiculous. I don't know. What do you think, man, on this stuff?
It's obviously a play off of COVID. I mean, the movie theaters lost a lot of money. But one thing that I can't take all the credit. I've seen on John Campion's show, they were talking about this, but they were saying, like, if a movie's doing bad for 3 weeks, why not lower the prices to those movies? And then you got the balance of, like, because clearly they're doing it to make a lot of revenue that they missed on, the past couple of years with COVID. So they're gonna charge more for these higher movies, and they're saying they're testing it out with the Batman, but it's gonna be the standard when it comes, when Doctor Strange comes out and these other movies that are gonna come out along the line. So it's like, it just, I mean, the inflation's hitting, and like I said, if they're not lowering in the movies that are trash and, like, you know what I mean, then what's the point? Like, you're just making more money off of us, which I get it from a business side, but from a spectator side, it's like, bro, we're already paying you already said it. We're paying a lot of money to go to these movies. And just by myself, it's like $40-$50 to go to the movies. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, I mean, popcorn and soda is like $20. It's like,
literally.
I could buy a whole pack of 12-pack of. Now, Jane had a good comment here. She says, "Baby boy, you got to fill those pockets with at-home candy." I do that. I do that.
Of course.
AMC, if you're watching, do not take away my Stubbs membership, please. But no, I do that too. I mean, I know the tricks, but I just think, like, the admission itself is like, I don't know. It's sort of you're getting a little greedy because yes, we're coming back to the theater. The Batman clearly spells the second movie of a large release that is a blockbuster hit, but you're going to charge more. Like, what are you offering that's different? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me see here. The question: how much would you spend on Doctor Strange? I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like Doctor Strange is going to be like Spider-Man in terms of the hype, the pre-sales, the whole nine. So there's a market to raise those ticket prices for sure if you don't have tickets. But, like, as the retailer, you really can't do that. I don't know. I mean, I would say, like I said, I'm okay if across the board you said we're raising our ticket prices, right? Like if you
Yeah.
said, look, our operating is going to be at this, and we're going to offer this, and from now on, we're going to charge everyone $15, across the board. I could live with that because that's a company thing. But
honestly, that makes sense because a majority of the people are going to see these box office movies that you're hiking the prices on, and not the other one. So it's like we'll charge general admission for any other movie that it'll make what it makes. But it's like they're kind of getting one up on us. So that honestly, I like that. Like if they raise it all across the board, then it's cool.
Yeah.
But now it just seems like you're trying to get over on us.
Right. You know which movie's going to make you money, so you're going to charge more for that movie, which is ridiculous. Jane's got a suggestion. Yeah, get a Wawa sub and sneak it in.
All right.
Let's see. Sadly, any amount they want to charge. Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you, shit. I'm trying to see that movie any means necessary.
I'm going to pay whatever it takes for sure. I'm going to get there for sure. Let's see. Big homie says Jane pulls up like Hermione with an expansion charm on her bag. Listen, man, I go in there with hoodies. I got the big pocket jeans. I'm ready to go. Jane says you're better off. But the theater for the day for 10 friends. We did the boys' birthday party, AMC, 20 people. Something like they only had it was only $100. Oh, okay.
So running out the theater.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to do that for myself.
That's a new thing, right? Too. I saw a reaction channel rent out the theater so that they can do a reaction in the theater.
Oh, that's fire. Which
I was like, man, why did I think of that shit? But I think that's the wave of the future too. But you know what? That's different though. You really can't rent out the theater for Doctor Strange week 1, right? You could do it week 2 or 3, but week 1, good luck with that. Let's see. Big homie says every superhero movie from now on. Yeah, no, every Marvel release will have a premium price on it.
100%.
Let's see, big homie. Yes, expansion. Let's see. I'm sneaking in a pub sub.
Yes, sir.
Those are noisy, man.
I miss those. Those are noisy.
Jay says on YouTube. Yep.
Hey, Jane getting love from Twitch on YouTube. That's crazy.
Let's see. Gabe some and some tater tots in my side pocket. Yeah, I mean, there's tips and tricks for sure to get by.
Hey, Napoleon, let me get a tot.
Hey man, I'm hungry. Did you bring the dip? Come on, let's go. Let's see. I've showed up to theaters with Junior bacon cheeseburger in my pockets. Yeah, listen, man. The struggle is real. The struggle is real.
Funny. Bro, let's do it. Yo, try to get hype about this.
I know. So Twitch babies.
Let's go.
Oh, look at this. We're getting some good love. We're getting some good love. Some cross-promotional, cross-platform love.
It's going crazy today. Let's go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. That's my one. He had to do one. But getting back to our topic here, and again, so I'm an AMC Stubs member. Yeah. I like the movie theater AMC, but they do some underhanded shit. Like for example, the Stubs members. I love it because I can skip the line. I look at you peasants and the line, and I say ha ha, and I pre-ordered my food, ha ha. But guess what? I still freaking have to wait for it at the concession, just like everybody else. But I am in favor of paying for the premium formats. So if you tell me it's IMAX and you charge me $3 or $5 more, totally worth paying for it because I enjoy it, and there is a very, very viewable difference in that quality. Like when I went to the Dolby Theater for Batman. That one I paid almost $20 a ticket. So for 3 of us, we almost paid $60 just to get in.
That was a matinee?
That was a matinee.
That's crazy.
But with my AMC Stubs, I got a little bit of discount.
I got it.
But it was still an expensive time to the theater. I didn't buy popcorn or sodas because at that particular theater, it's in downtown. It was like $20 for the combo, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying that. I'm not doing that. So we had breakfast just before, and we walked in, and we had a good time. Let's see. Gabe's going back at Jimmy. He says Jimmy holds his breath to tie his shoes. Yep.
Oh, there it goes.
There's his one.
There's this one.
Oh, God.
You wear Velcro shoes because you can't tie them, dummy.
Oh.
Only leave it to one of you.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, again, I don't know. I think this is just getting at the consumer. I don't like it at all. I don't like this trend, but I think it's here to stay because people are willing to pay these prices.
Yeah.
So, Jane has a couple things here. She says, as a mom of a million, I really love the drive-in movie theater for a movie like experience, but where kids can sleep or cry without being annoying. Yeah, I mean, I'd love a good drive-in movie theater, but that I would go for a more social type movie or something that I've seen before, because I like the experience in the theater. Just me. But I used to love going to the drive-ins. We used to do it all the time down south. So
I only seen Scooby-Doo and drive-ins. It was the only movie I seen.
I saw the movie Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the drive-in, and that's dated. That's how old I am. Don't look up when that movie was released, people, because I had a driver's license at the time. He wears Crocs. Jerk, don't mean it. Don't mean it. Oh, dear God.
Oh, man.
The chat is losing its mind. So, if you got a game sitting in front of you in a Dolby theater, they have barricades. You cannot see the seat in front of you. So, Gabe, maybe you see the circumference of Gabe's top, but that's it. All right.
I've been on my Croc shit heavy.
Oh, here we go. 11 in Crocs. All right. All right. So let us know if you guys are watching the Clips channel. Let us know what you think about AMC and other movie theater chains starting to raise their prices based on premium type movie releases, not premium formats, just different types of movies. And do you agree with it? Do you think it's bullshit? Do you think it's conspiracy? Is it bad for the consumer? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on this. Okay. What's our next topic, man? We got a couple topics.
Basketball.
Oh, and that's pop culture, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess so, or is it not?
You could run it.
Run it. Let's We're talking pop culture now because we were talking this. We talk about UFC.
Yeah.
We're talking about a couple things.
Baseball lockout, man.
Baseball lockout. Oh my God. Well, listen. Here's the honesty, right? Like I think you and I talked about this early on. I don't know that I'm looking and I have followed exactly what the beef is between the owners and the players. I know there's a lot of potential, like game changes, right? I think there's the timer for the pitchers. They're talking about expanding the bases and doing a couple of different things. That's what I know about it. But my concern about the baseball lockout is how it impacts, well, for me, living in a baseball town, it impacts our economy locally, right?
Yeah. And
that's just me greedy from a perspective of someone who lives in a town where they have, spring training and there's baseball all around. But I think for the fans, it sucks, man. It's like, you're getting ready for baseball. Like, everything's winding down. Football's gone away.
Yeah.
Basketball's still in full swing until June or July, but this is the time where baseball shines. And now they're, stuck in this lockout, which again, a lot of people will see it as, millionaire baseball players versus millionaire owners. And it honestly impacts so much further down the line that people don't understand that. So
yeah, the jobs, the economy in the different cities that baseball's in.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
One thing that Big Homie was talking about on our stream, we were talking a little bit about it, but he said, and I agree with him, like it affects baseball in terms of popularity because baseball's already declining, and like especially since like I was younger and like when I started baseball, and was like playing and like watching games and stuff, like the energy around baseball was crazy. Like it was like, to me, like how like basketball and like NFL feels now. But you don't get that same hype. Like the World Series, nobody really cares about the World Series. You know what I mean? Like Tampa Bay was in the World Series like what 2 years ago, and I didn't really see anybody from like where I'm talking about or where I lived like talk about it. And like so, it's already been declining for the past couple of years, but now you got a lockout. I feel like it's just hurting baseball even more in the long term. And I got to give credit to Big Homie for saying that, but I agree. Like it, when I was young, bro, baseball was everything to us. You know what I mean? Like everybody I knew was like knew about baseball. Now you could ask people about who's leading the league, or like they're not really gonna know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, I like Big Homie has a nice comment here. It says, "Imagine being a kid playing, but they have no one to look up to. You think that they keep playing or want to, and that's the thing is when things like this happen, it impacts the kids that in the area who like to look forward to spring training, look forward to rooting for their team. Again, here in the area I live, we've got the Mets spring training facility right down the street. Just 45 minutes away, I've got three stadiums. I've got Roger Dean, I've got the Astros, I've got the Nationals. I've got the baseball mecca is here, or at least on this side of the world, right? And we can't see any of it. We've got these nice stadiums. We've got, these revenue and these dollars from the cities going towards these stadiums, which are not going to be used.
And we're just talking about spring training, but realistically, minor league, like the teams that run throughout the year in those stadiums,
right?
It's hurting them too.
I mean, and the minor leaguers are the ones that are going to get it the worst.
Yeah.
Because I know a couple of them, and actually my son's practice with with one of them right now. They're doing lessons with him. This dude is grinding. This dude is struggling. He's working out every day. He's doing lessons to keep money on the table, food on the table, and he's supposed to be reporting out to his assignment, and he can't go. So all his plans, all the things he's put together to try to make the big league roster later on is something that is just, it undercuts and it takes away from years of their availability, right? Like, because remember, this sport's limited. It's for the youth, man. So, if you miss a year or two, for this lockout bullshit, then there goes your shot, man. Yeah. So, I think Jane was not aware that there was a strike. So yes,
yeah, they're on strike.
They're on strike, and this was funny, and it's true. It's funny and true. Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid. He's the highest,
biggest finesse.
He is the highest paid player so far this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Bobby Baudet is coming up. Bobby Bonilla. Let's see. Jane says, "Damn, my grandma is going to be big mad. She fucking loves watching baseball." I mean, I do too. It's crazy. It's crazy. I say baseball is how I grew up. It's what made me close to my dad and brother, and where I found my brother AD. That's right. I don't know what my life would have been without. And I never thought I'd see the sport die. And I've argued because I hate baseball purists. If you know what I mean. Like, I hate the guys who say, you can't bat flip. You shouldn't show up the pitcher. You know what? Like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love the excitement.
I'm from that talk shit cloth. I'm striking you out and I'm letting your whole team know they're garbage. Like, that's just, you see how we play COD. That's how I play baseball. Like, I dealt with that here, like moving to Denver and playing like in the leagues here. They were like trying to get me to like calm down, because I've also realized like wherever you go, there's a different style of baseball being played. You know what I mean? Like, I played men's league and college ball in Texas. I played men's league and college ball in New York, men's league and college ball in Florida, or not college ball, but high school, like ball in Florida, but men's league as well. And it's like, you see the different cultures that like breed through baseball through these times. So like coming here, they were like very like, oh, this guy talks too much shit. Like, let's kind of like chill him out. I'm like, no, that's how I play. Like, you can't tell me, like, I get excited when I strike somebody, or there's a big play. You guys make a big play. Like, I love this game. And I haven't been like in touch with baseball since I kind of stopped playing, because it kind of made me sad in a lot of ways. But now that I'm like kind of a little bit removed from like baseball and stuff, I find myself like wanting to watch it more, and I've been watching it a lot more this past year, and like to see it on the Lockout, like it's like damn, like I was just getting back into it, and like big homie saying, man, like the sport's already declining in popularity. Like nobody's like they make fun of baseball, like you know what I mean, like in the mainstream, and this is not going to help, and especially if it goes a whole year, this is not going to help at all.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is, baseball took a beating when it did the strike back in, just before Mark McGwire and all them. I forgot what year it was, but it took a long time for baseball to get sort of back up and running, and it got to a good place. But it was declining in popularity. It was declining because it's still so old school in some of its thinking and some of the way that they do the game.
Yep.
But they got to change. They got to change. And you know what the great thing was, and before this lockout, is you had some great new young talent coming through. Tatis and all these guys were the new breed of baseball player. They were, they're hot shots. They're brilliant. They're great. That and they play the game, with heart. But even somebody, God, what's his name? His name is escaping me now. Everybody hates him over in San Diego.
Damn, man. I don't know why. Third baseman. I know
Right.
Yeah. I almost want to say Carlos Correa, but it's not.
No, it's not Carlos Carrera.
What's it? He played for the Orioles, man. Oh my God, what's going on?
Machado.
Manny Machado, yeah.
Even like Manny Machado, who was kind of vilified a little bit. I love these guys. I love characters like that. I love when you hate a player, when you hate that guy, and then he just shows you up, man. I love that kind of stuff. But it takes away. It takes away from the game. We got a couple comments here. Let's see. We were talking about it's competition when we show people up, for sure. Okay, they make fun of baseball. They do. It's a slow sport. People's like, it's so easy. It's so slow. Yeah. One thing I learned is that it's not easy, and unless you're not paying attention, then it is kind of boring if you're not paying attention.
Or you don't understand it.
Right. I'm sorry that you sounded so depressing coming from you, AD. And they're taking a year of Mike Trout away from us.
I didn't know you were a Mike Trout fan, but
the great white hype, Mike Trout. Him and Harper.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, like, you got Ohtani, you got Mike Trout, you got these big stories that
the Dodgers they were a superstar team with Mookie Betts.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like, but what's funny is what they should have learned is the ratings went. I think the ratings were high for the Korean Baseball League during the COVID season where they weren't playing. Ratings were pretty good. They could broadcasting these things at 2:00 in the morning, and people were watching just to get their fix on baseball. Yeah. So I don't know. This could have been. I don't know if it could have been avoided or not. It's always two sides to every story. But just sad. And again, for me, local area, you've got. In my area, a lot of retirees, a lot of people who live off that stadium. They come down just to work the stadium. You got businesses that have sprouted up because of the stadium, and it's expecting the revenues to come in. We got new hotels. You got new restaurants.
How many people run this stadium? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just in the area of like the Met Stadium, there is like right down the street within 5 minutes, not even. You got movie theater. You got 4 or 5 restaurants, a bowling alley, and it's like you're doing that before you go to the games, or vice versa. If it's a day game, you're ending your nights there. So it's like the economy around the stadium really is taking an impact. And I mean, you see the sign right there. It's just sad overall. But I think today I heard that there was like some agreements that they're coming to, so it might close out, but we'll see.
I think
there's no official word yet.
Yeah, I think what I heard last projection was the opening day would be delayed 2 to 3 weeks. But even then, they've got to get training and they've got to get development in. And I don't think they're talking about extending the season either. So it might be a lockout shortened season, so you're going to have less games. And you're not going to have some of the the fun things that come with spring training and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, it impacts everybody. I'm hoping they get back on the field. I'm really, really, I'm optimistic that they'll get something done. But just having this sour taste is going to, hurt a couple people. And again, some people get really upset about this stuff. And they say, "Oh, this is it. I'm not ever going back." And
Yeah.
listen, man, I love baseball, so I can't wait for it to come back. I don't care if it comes back in the middle of the season. It's just going to suck that everything's condensed, but I'll take whatever baseball I can get. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they get this done, it won't happen again next year. So hopefully, whenever it's done, we'll just continue back to making baseball great again.
That's a slogan, right? Make baseball great again. All right, so just so we can clip it, right? If you're impacted by the lockout, if you're not sure, what this is about, tell me what your thoughts are on the Major League Baseball lockout. How's it impacting you? Does it change your opinion of baseball? Are you going to go back to the games when they come back? Hopefully they will come back. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on that, and we look forward to hearing from you on this particular topic. All right, let's move on to our last topic, UFC Fight Night. So UFC 272, right?
Yeah, beautiful fight card. We watched it last night. We've been doing a lot of fight companions on the Blackout AD channel on Twitch. Great time. Everybody in the Discord. We had about like 11 people in the Discord, and then, like I said, the numbers were good. But the fight overall, there was a huge rivalry. I know you don't know too many about the storyline, but you always watch the fight night. So I kind of like try to fill you in on the storyline. So with this storylines, they were former training partners. They lived together at one point. They were like super close. They were always one. Masvidal, there's a lot of footage of him like cornering Covington, like all the ways to like his interim belt, and they just had some beef, some falling out with like Covington not paying a coach, and Covington's also kind of taken a page out of wrestling's book and like playing like a heel role. Like when Trump was around, he was very much like MAGA and like pushing that narrative, and like it got a lot of eyes on him. I mean, when he fought Damian Maia in Brazil, I believe he was just like trashing Brazil, like calling it a dump and like just talking crap about Brazil, and that kind of like turned him into like this persona that people kind of hate. So this lead up to this fight was like very tense because they really don't like each other. And again, Covington kind of like sells the role, and he's 37 right now, but he's a star. Like this guy sells out stuff. So the fight kind of went how I thought though. Covington just dominated him for 5 rounds. He's a better wrestler. He kept it mostly to the ground. Jorge's a better stand-up fighter, so like if it would have stayed on the feet, like I mean, I believe he dropped him twice as well. Like Jorge dropped Covington twice. So the fight, it played out not as exciting as I thought, as the build-up was, but the build-up to the fight and just like the storyline to it is like why I love the UFC. So great fight card. It was good to have everybody on the stream.
Yeah, I mean, with Covington being that type of character, you definitely get. You definitely get like pick a side, right?
Yeah,
especially
almost.
if you and I think that's smart. That's smart by Covington to, I don't know how smart in terms of long term, but for the short term to align himself with a pretty popular or unpopular opinion. That's that whole heel role, right? Like what's going to piss off the fans the most, or what's going to piss off this particular group, so that you have heat coming into something that sells tickets, that creates interest. I just, like I said, from your perspective, I wish the fight had lived up to the hype a little bit more. Yeah. But, because anytime that you have I think it was a 5-round decision, right? Like, so you had a decision at the end there. Yeah. That's when I think things like this sort of lose their steam a little bit. It's, again, average fans like me who are not that into it are coming in for the knockouts, for the action. And if it's a stalemate, sometimes it's we get disappointed. But for the most part,
that's what I try to tell people, like the casuals, like because I wouldn't consider myself casual. Like I watch a lot of UFC media throughout the week. When there's big fights, I'm watching all the press conference. I'm watching them while they're live. So like I wouldn't consider myself a casual. But there's like an art to it, like the different styles of fighter. Like the thing is with Covington is like, yeah, people hate him because of his personality, but realistically, if there's not a Kamaru Usman, who is pound for pound the best fighter on the planet probably right now, that's still fighting, and he's the welterweight champion. If there's not him, Covington is the number one guy. He is the champion right now.
Oh, okay.
He's that good. So it's like he's proving that he's that good. He's already lost to Kamaru twice, so it's not like the thing is they kind of didn't like each other either, and there was like a lot of like bad blood between them. So they're trying to like position him because he's so good for a third fight, even though he's already lost twice. And then there's talk of him like going up. So like as a fighter, he's like a high level fighter, but as a personality, even Jorge was kind of saying, he's like, you're not getting pay-per-view points for this fight. I'm getting the pay-per-view points. He's like, so your antics aren't selling the fight like you claiming or making it seem like it is. And I thought that was like a very good point. And like Jorge, you could tell like was distraught that he lost because they were so close. It was like that's like if me, I was saying like it's like if me and one of my friends like fall out, like there's gonna be like some love lost there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think that's what built the fight. I mean, the rest of the fight card was pretty good, pretty fantastic, to be honest.
Well, we're going to go down the list now. I'll go down the fight card. But before we do have a commenter here. We have someone here, Dark Sage. I don't know if you know this person, but it says here they got quite a bit to say. So I want to give them their due here. It says, what I will say, and this is about our previous topic, baseball, is that they lost what they once had. Baseball used to be the one sport that other leagues wanted to be like, and now they've gone downhill. I hope this year the season is canceled. If they are squabbling like this, how are they going to get back the fans that they will lose? Really, really great points. And it says here, they do not have a home run chase to recapture the magic like they did in '98. However, my theory is baseball is going to pull a rabbit out of their hat and have New York win next year for the 100th anniversary of the first World Series in 19. Oh, that's a great theory right there. And that they're going to market the hell out of it to recapture the fans as they once did. I agree with that. I apologize, Dark Sage. We've already gone past that topic. We're talking about UFC, but I wanted to make sure I shout you out. Thank you very much for the comments there. Gabe talks about Fight Night Discord, such a vibe. And then we've got Jane says here, I want Llama and or AD reaction to old school fights like Rocky Marciano versus Walcott. Okay. Maybe we'll do it on the Discord. We'll get on there and watch some old fights for sure.
Yeah, we could do that.
So just going down the list here, I don't know. I'm just looking at the card from yesterday. It says here, you had Rafael Dos Anjos and Renato. Looks like they went into a decision and Rafael won.
So that fight, Dos Anjos, he's a legend in the game, super old school fighter, but he was I forgot the opponent, but he was fighting somebody else. And 5 days notice, Marcano came in and was like, "I'll fight." I think the other opponent got COVID or something. Marcano comes in and he's kind of getting battered for 4 freaking rounds, just getting demolished. Like he didn't have a full fight camp, so it's like kind of typical that he comes in and takes the fight and makes weight. You know what I mean? But he's getting battered for 4 rounds, and to the point where like. Mark Goddard like brings in a doctor. Mark Goddard's the referee. He brings in a doctor and is like checking his eye and stuff. And they let him fight and comes out in the 5th round and like has like a stellar like 5th round. So like shows a lot of heart. I think he's like he's a up and coming prospect. And like I said, Dos Anjos is a legend in the game. So he's kind of just like gatekeeping. He seems like he's trying to fight. I mean, after he won, obviously he won 4 rounds to 1, but after that, he kind of was calling out like big money fights like Conor, and he called out Jorge if Jorge won, but Jorge lost. So he's looking for like bigger money fights. But it was a good fight overall. I mean, the Marcano kid made a fan out of me. He showed some heart. So I'm definitely going to tune into his next fight, man, especially on 5 days notice.
Oh, yeah. And he's got, looks like in terms of experience, Rafael's got 31 fights versus his 16. So so he's got a little bit of ways to grow in the sport for sure.
Dos Anjos is like, I believe, like one of the first fighters or like made like top 3, something like that. Like first fighters to get to like 20 wins in the UFC, which is, nuts.
Let's see. Big Homie's got a comment for you. It says here from, I guess, based on Jane's comment about watching those old school fights. Let the OD boys do it. I've never seen a lot of those classic fights. For sure.
That's a good idea.
For sure, guys. I mean, again, I'll be willing to watch with you guys because I think I've watched the old Ali fights. I've watched a lot of the Mike Tyson fights. Definitely watched Hagler and Hearns, Sugar Ray. I mean, I've watched those '80s fights, but
Yeah.
Some of those old ones I've not
I'll
seen.
get like super stoned and then like middle of the night just watch like UFC fights and then like stumble on old boxing fights and just I like the art of the fighting. I like the art of fighting, man. Like it's beautiful. And like a part of me wants to start training just because like I watch so much UFC now. It's like, man, I gotta learn some of this. Like,
I heard you got a wicked elbow.
yeah, oh man.
That's your go-to move is the elbow.
It's gonna be the elbow and the knee. It's over for you.
That's it. Jimmy talking about Gabe Lee's the fight companion before the main card every time.
He does. Honestly, I don't think he's ever made it to a main card.
Oh my god. All right, our friend at Cowboys of Crypto. Both great fighters, but didn't look at their best.
Hey.
So I'll do a plug for Cowboys of Crypto. He always does it for me when I go on his show. Guys, if you're looking for investment in cryptocurrency and start to learn how to do that, go over to Cowboys of Crypto. Subscribe to this guy's channel. Super smart dude. Breaks it down. And it's not over the top. I mean, and this guy, he is transparent. He even shows you his wallet. He shows you everything he's got. So if you're into the crypto and want to learn about that, Cowboys of Crypto, check him out. He's a big fan and a good friend of the Big Llama show. So I'd like to shout him out for sure.
Appreciate you stopping by, brother.
Appreciate you for sure, man. Thank you. Jane says, old school boxing, my jammy jams, but Rocky is my all-time favorite for sure. And his, knockouts are golden. Okay. Rocky Marciano. I'm thinking Rocky the movie. I'm like, knockouts, but I know what she means now. I got it. Let's see. AD, train, and then you and her can have a famous blackout battle.
Oh, we could do that. We could do that. I'll be down. We'll live stream it. We'll do it for subs. We'll have a sub only chat. You can only talk in the chat if you sub. We'll split the profits down the middle.
we got to do that. Do like a backyard.
But we got to do it when I leave blackout for the storylines.
That's right. That's right.
Of course.
That's how it's got to be. It's the blackout civil war, as we say.
Yeah. We're
now,
playing the seeds now.
Now, looking down the card, I guess from the main card event, I'm partial to the heavyweights. So you had Sergey Spivak and Greg Hardy, which looks like round one TKO knockout. Was it worth it or what? I mean, you watched it.
So Greg Hardy's just like he's a former football player. He has knockout power and he can knock people. I mean, at heavyweight, everybody got knockout power. So it's like he just gets outskilled. Like he lost the tie to Avasa last time, but that was like a banger series. They're just swinging. But this fight, he just got outskilled, and it's like, it wasn't impressive at all. It was just like the other guy should win, and he did.
Let's see here. Big homie says battle for co-host continues.
Yup.
That's it.
Llama trying to set look at this, man. They're trying to set me up. I've only been back 2 episodes. He's already talking about this.
I didn't do this. This was Jane. Jane's over here.
Conspiracy is gonna say you did this.
Exactly. Underhanded tactics by the Big Llama. Jimmy says me and Llama on the undercard. Yes. We talked about that. We got to get to 10K subs. And I'm putting it on the channel. Backyard llama fights. Let's go. I will play the role of Kimbo Slice. Hercules. #Civil War.
Feeding into it.
Oh, we gotta get those blackout Civil War shirts, man. Pick a side. Whose side are you on?
Whose channel do you belong to?
And then we have to raid each other's channels with our viewers. That's how it works. Oh man. What else? Anything else? I mean, I do want you to plug your Discord and your fight companion. So, how does anyone join you on the next one?
So the next one, you can come to the channel. We're always streaming it. Somebody made me very happy. This shout out Trig on Twitch. He came through yesterday. He's like, just as expected. My boy got me with the link, and I was like, damn, like I'm building a little bit. And like I said, there's like 11 people, and this is people who've come to the channel. So you can come to the Blackout AD channel any day. Hit the exclamation Discord, and you'll get the link to the Discord, and then you can join through there. And then when the fight companions, whenever there's a big fight, just know we're streaming on the fight companion.
All right, excellent. So yeah, make sure you guys go. I missed this fight, and I apologize. I wanted to come, but I had a couple things going on.
I was telling everybody. You and Herc, both of you guys said you guys were coming, and I was telling people, "Yo, we got Herc. We're gonna have a big llama," and none of you guys came. It hurt my feelings.
Did my fans show up and then ask for me?
They're like, "Where's the big llama?" I'm like, "Not here, dude. He left us hanging."
Oh my god.
Big llama doesn't care about the chat.
Oh no, not at all, man. That's not how it goes, man. All right, so we've reached pretty much the end of the show. We're going to plug away our stuff. I want to first take a moment to thank everybody who joined us in the chat. The chat was live. The viewership was up. I think at one point we had 14 or 15 viewers at once, consistently 8 to 10. Shout out to let's just start from the top. To our big homie, Gabe, Jimmy, was in the chat. We
Jane,
had
Herc.
Jane. Hercules, John Gillen, Chris G,
Emilio on Facebook. Shout out Emilio.
Emilio. Yeah, that's right. And then we had a bunch of Twitch.
The Twitch was crazy. At one point, I seen like 4 or 5 viewers.
Yeah, we had quite a few from Twitch. I don't know how to say this name though. Vascapibara?
See, listen, this is what I do. I just go with the first thing I can pronounce, and I'm like, that's your chest.
Vascap. Vascap, thank you. No. Trying to do my best to say Shin. Here. We had Shin, right?
Dark Sage.
Dark Sage came in with some commentary there. Was watching the baseball part there. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate everyone coming through. Here we go. Don't miss the post Llama stream on the Blackout East channel. So is there a post Llama stream?
Yeah, there will be. I'll suffer tomorrow when I have to wake up early, but it's okay.
Okay.
We'll do it for the content. So Blackout_AD on Twitch. We'll have the post Llama show, which we kind of do. I think last week was the first week I missed in a while, but we'll have the post Llama stream and we'll have a good time.
All right, so everyone, if you're still jonesing for more Blackout AD, go over to his Twitch channel, Blackout_AD on Twitch. He'll start the post Llama show stream where all kinds of uncensored fun will happen. If you want more of the Big Llama show, I just put out the review for Rambo, the 2008 Rambo 4. And all I have to say is, holy shit, it was violent, and I let the violence flow in my reaction. So if you're into that stuff, take a look at it. It's one of the few reviews that has a viewer discretion warning at the beginning. So that's how good it is in terms of the gore and violence. So if I've not captivated you to want to watch it, then nothing more I can do.
Congrats. The number's going crazy.
It is, man. It is. It's
going to be your first positive Rambo review.
I think so. What's funny is this one, I think, was requested more than any other Rambo one. So I think this one will get more traction. But it's weird, right? I've gone from accepting what like an average post would be to being like 30 to 40 to 50, where I'm expecting now 300, average 300. And I would say that's a decent post, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that because I did the numbers. Like I've got over 5,000 hours of viewed content. I'm like, Jesus, that's like a year of worth of stuff people have, been watching, and it's insane.
We say this every week, but the growth we have is amazing. I look back when I started like consistently streaming, and back in August, it's been I think like close to 600 hours of stream time. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane how much people are gobbling up the content. So
pause.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Late nights with AD and the Bird. That's let's not miss that one too. Honestly, for if you want a diverse like slate of topics, the late nights with AD and the Bird are just epic.
We watched Bel Air. We played games for like 3 hours and then watched Bel Air the last hour. And this man went to work. He was like, I work at 9. It's 6 in the morning. It's like, oh, he's here for the content.
I mean, honestly, if anyone's watching this, trust me, check out Late Nights with AD and the Bird. That is some fun stuff. And it's everything. Anything and everything you can think of, it's there. So trust me there. Hercules says, great show, guys. I love my Blackout brothers.
Love you too, brother.
And Herc, will you be my daddy is what Gabe is asking. We got some definitely daddy issues. We're all nothing but daddy issues on Blackout. So Blackout t-shirt is representing tonight. Blackout. I hopefully in the next week or so I will be wearing some of my new merch. I finally ordered some. So I'll show you guys that, and I'll be wearing that. So guys, I want to thank everybody for a great show. Thank you guys for tuning into the Big Llama Show. Remember, you can find the Big Llama Show wherever you find podcasts. If you want to support the channel, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. See you later.